Okay, at this point, we've accomplished almost everything we need to do. We just need to do one more thing. We've got all three of our plots done. We've got a party identification one, we've got a first dimension nominate one, and we've got the second dimension nominate. The last thing that we need to do is we need to run correlations. So we're going to go analyze, correlate. So again, analyze menu, correlate, bivariate. And here what we do is we're just going to put over our dependent variable and our three independent variables. So we're going to start with the support score. We're going to put party identification next, then do DW nominate first dimension and DW nominate second dimension. And keep it Pearson correlation coefficients, two-tailed test, and flag significant correlations. And we'll run that, and we'll get something like this. Now, what you'll do here, we're not going to copy and export this, but we are going to fill in a table that's in the instructions. So go ahead and you can usually just click this. And then you can go up and you can go print, and so print preview, and it'll show you those kind of different correlations. Go ahead and print them, and I am going to come back and I'll show you how to do these other ones, right? Okay, so here's the thing. We are going to fill in the table, and it'll be part of your instructions. You'll just cut this out, you'll complete it, and then you'll put it in terms of a separate worksheet. We just need to put in the correlation between the support score and party ID, and then the two dimensions, and then we need to do the intercorrelations between party ID and the two dimensions, and then this one will be not related. But we'll go back and kind of figure out where these are. So let's go back to the topic. So the first one is between the support score and party identification. This is negative 0.86, and it's got it's significant 2 stars up there. So we're just going to simply go back over here and make it negative 0.86, 2 stars. Okay. The next one that we're going to do is, let's go back here. You go down, and the correlation between the support score and the first dimension is negative 0.89 and 2 stars. All right, so let's do negative 0.89 and 2 stars. Okay, then let's look at the last one. The last one is negative 0.17 and 2 stars. So all of them are significant. And let's go back to this one. Negative 0.17 and 2 stars. Okay, let's look at the correlations between party identification and our two continuous measures. If we go here, we're going to have party ID 0.942 and negative 0.107. So this one, let's 0.94 and 2 stars. All right, so 0.94, 2 stars. This one is going to be negative, right, because it's usually the cross-cutting dimension. So let's pull that one back up. Negative 0.11, so round that thing up. And I think it was 2 stars, but let me go back and look. Only 1 star there, right? So 1 star. And then let's look at the last correlation, and that correlation should be between, it'll actually be underneath. So it'll be between the DW nominate first dimension and the second dimension, and that's weird. That's usually 0, so something's a little off there, but and we'll put it in there as we see it. So it's 0.07. Interesting. Huh. All right, so we'll get rid of that, and then we'll just do 0.07, which strikes a little bit interesting thing for me, but that's not all that big a deal for you all. Okay, so we've got this table completed. Everything is good. We see that we have strong correlations here. It's a little bit stronger for DW nominate, but actually that's really close. So this is a really highly partisan issue, even though it's labeled bipartisan campaign finance reform. The strength of the partisanship there, I would kind of lean more towards delegate here, because you don't get a whole lot of increase when going from a dichotomous variable to a continuous variable. But we'll talk about about that more whenever we go to, we present these in class and we talk about what's going on. Okay, good. That is the end of the analysis. What you're going to do is you're going to create a Word document that just has this table and these 3 plots in it. And then the final thing that you need to do is you need to save this output because you're going to turn in this output. You're going to save this micro example because you're going to turn that in. That's fine. And then the last thing is you had this sheet with the invert and the cross check. You need to save that, and you're going to submit that as well. All right, that was a lot of video, but it should have got you through, and you are done at this point.